Alright, so after we beat the fire dungeon, and the fire dungeon, it's time for the fire dungeon! No nostalgia filter!
We're noticing a trend. Welcome back, everybody. We're in the Lava Dome. Lava Dome has some fire enemies. I really wish I could buy more bombs. Kind of regretting turning off that infinite bomb cheat again.
I mean, you can.
Nah. Fuck it. Oh, he's back on auto for some reason. I didn't put it back on auto.
There's a button for it.
That was easy. So, 2 episodes ago, we said that we were going to talk about Goonish Shive. And then we got distracted talking about this.
Ninja. And another ninja. Oh, there's 2 of them.
And hot wings. Delicious.
Oh, man. This game makes me so fucking hungry.
I know. We got crab and wings. But no more distraction. I know you don't want to talk about Goonish Shive, but we're going to talk about Goonish Shive one way or another.
So, this is a webcomic. I've read it for, God, at least 10 years.
I'm about the same. I was linked to it on a forum at one point, and it was close to the beginning when I started. Hi, Dan Shive. We like you. We don't.
Well,
we like you. We like you as a creative. We're about to give some heavy criticism.
Yeah. Well, all right. So there's a reason that we're still
reading it,
and because there's a lot of things that we always.
I don't want you on auto. I want you on manual. What the hell? Now it's not allowing me to do that.
Stop hitting the button.
I'm not hitting the button.
Oh, good. Ruben Storm gets wind attack.
There we go. Okay. But continue.
Elemental strengths and weaknesses just kind of happen.
Continue talking about Goonish Shive as I fight these recolored turtles.
It's a slice of life fantasy, urban fantasy transformation comic thing. There's a lot going on, and generally, the more that's going on, the less I like it. When these random teenagers are just like...
So basically the idea is, these are some teenagers, they're in a town, they're going to high school, and there are aliens and magic science and immortals.
Alien magic science,
alien
and
magic
immortals,
science and immortals and
immortal magic science.
And mutants and weird demon things.
Mutants?
Yeah, there are, I think. And just all sorts of different stuff.
Oh, hey, you're gonna have to throw a bomb.
Yay.
That's... Alright, that should have been Ifrit.
But it's iFlight.
They transliterated it wrong. Use Blizzard, dude.
Alright, I have to do actual things.
They've gotta all be weak to ice.
Let's see. Let's see. That's what Blizzard looks like? Oh, they are weak against
okay, just the iFlight.
No.
The vampires probably are weak to cure or what.
Anyway, now. Always heal everyone. Why not? Because it doesn't look like it actually reduces in strength.
It does. You can full heal a little bit. Anyway, so there's these kids and all this crazy
and stuff happens
and transformation stuff happens.
There's a lot of like transgender stuff. A lot of guys turning into girls, girls turning into guys, guys turning into cat boys. So like if you were into the monster stuff that we were talking about earlier, you're probably into this. But okay, so
now we're gonna get reskins of both the mini bosses in like 5 minutes.
Yes. It is a decently enjoyable comic. Sometimes I have watched it. I've read it for years. So obviously they are doing something right. Or Dan Shive, the author, is doing something.
Yeah, it's just
the problem is I'm not enjoying the comic for the same reason that I think the author is enjoying the comic. basically, whenever the comic goes into slice of life, whenever it's about these characters and their relationships and...
Basically the filler, if you look at how it's structured.
Yeah. Whenever it's about the characters and the relationships, people going on dates, people getting jobs, people learning how to just deal with the world, coping with their own identities, you know? That's really well written. In fact, there's this entire interesting plot arc about treating women, you know, respectably, told through going to a Magic the Gathering. I mean, it wasn't it was
Magic.
It was legally distinct from Magic the Gathering, but it was going to a Magic the Gathering tournament, and I felt...
And just not even a big one, it was just like Friday night.
Yeah, Friday Night Magic, and I liked this because on one hand, I thought that it had a really good message, and on the other hand, I was like, yeah, Friday Night Magic is always like that. You always get the same people.
And in the background, a genderqueer guy learned the word genderqueer, which is just a great little moment.
So, that was really well written. And I applaud you, Dan Shive, for doing that. I do not applaud you for getting too distracted to continue writing your good stuff.
Yeah. So nothing can be like... Nothing gets to not count in this comic. Like, there was one comic years and years ago where, in order to make the plot work, a character had to act out of character for like 2 seconds because hand-wavy Magitech reasons. But like then Dan Shive didn't like those hand-wavy Magitech reasons, so he retconned it, and the retcon was, oh hey look, you got turned to stone, don't give up. The retcon was invisible fairy mind control.
She was kidding.
I'm not kidding. It was actually invisible fairy mind control. And, like, I could have lived with that as, like, an explanation why the Magitech doesn't do the unfortunate thing that we thought it did, if he'd stopped there. The comic's now full of invisible fairy mind control. It didn't go away.
Oh yeah, all over the place.
We're in an invisible fairy mind control plot arc now. And there was also, like, there was just the throwaway gag about how, like, the character says, no, I have a normal life, and then there was a bunch of scenes of bizarre things that happened to this character. One of them was a griffin asking for directions.
Yeah.
So now the griffin has been mind controlled by invisible fairies.
And now basically...
And by in this case, the mind control consists of convincing the griffin that you can't lie.
Right.
You can.
And so now there's supposed to be this whole epic fight, this whole epic showdown. And the epic showdown has just stopped because another invisible magic fairy...
has ceased to be invisible.
She
has appeared.
And is now attempting to convince the griffin, while the other visible magic fairy is there, trying to convince them otherwise that, you know, these immortals can and cannot lie.
Granted, that's easier if you're one of the immortals, because you can just stand there with pointy ears and lie a lot.
Yeah, but, like, the actual plot is, no they can't, yes they can, no they can't, yes they can, no they can't, yes they can, no they can't, yes they can. That's the dialogue right now. And it's just, like, I have a really hard time caring.
Single target.
Prior to this plot arc, what was happening was one of the main characters got a new girlfriend and was going on one of their first dates, and they were, like, discovering things about each other, and that was compelling writing. Kind of slow, but otherwise compelling slice-of-life writing. And then it had to be interrupted with this, I guess I didn't, whatever. It had to be interrupted with this psycho.
He killed the monsters before.
No, you're dead.
No.
No, you're not. And then he had to, okay.
Now you're fine. See
Yeah.
what I mean? Splitting it does reduce
We have just been given biscuits.
That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna talk for a while Angelo eats a biscuit. So anyway, yeah. So this cool like slice of life, gender bendy, awkward nerd date, has been interrupted by an episode of Who Can Lie Better to a Griffin. Also just really stupid things like a lifelong martial artist got flight powers and never bothered to practice aerial combat and didn't figure out that was important until they were fighting a griffin. Which is just like... Why? He likes flying. He likes martial arts. He has a martial arts teacher who knows about crazy magic shit. Never bothered to, so he's just, his power-up actually makes him useless. Awesome. I mean...
We have been called...
He let him dodge, but he wouldn't need to dodge if he hadn't transformed and ran into the fight. Basically, Angelo and I are the Statler and Waldorf of this webcomic now. Why do we always read this? I guess we'll never know. It's like a kind of torture. Oh.
And here's the thing: we're not doing this to rag on someone else's creative project because we like people being creative. But please do the stuff that you're good at, Dan Shai. Please, because I actually like your slice of life plots. A good half to more than half of El Goonish Shive, I am actually a fan of. By the way, link in the doobly-doo for anyone who's actually interested in El Goonish Shiving.
Yes, and that way all his fans can find us from the link back and flame the fuck out of us.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, I mean, technically, I'm still a fan. Wow, still hit with blind. I'm still a fan. Like, I have still been reading for 10 odd years.
Yes.
So, we're fans. You're just salty fans.
Yes.
We like to, or I have an excuse. I, for my actual job, am a critic. And so what I am doing is doing my job. I am criticizing Dan Shive in the hopes that Dan Shive improves himself. And I'm sure that a lot of people will now criticize us by saying, fuck you, you guys deserve to die. Keep on trucking, Dan Shive. Just truck in the direction of slice of life.
Oh my god, could this battle have some more status effects?
Probably.
Oh, I hate it. So now you're confused and petrified. Alright. You didn't die. Open the boxes. It's more bombs! Who the fuck knew?
Oh, great.
Alright.
Alright, well, that's all for this time. We just wanted to get talking about El Goonish Shive out of the way.
Yes. Now that a fan following probably still bigger than ours hates us. Yay.
Yay. Next time on No Nostalgia Filter! Something else!